Kia ora, children. For today's writing lesson, we are learning to draw and write the middle of our story. Because we are doing the 5-part story, we are actually going to do 2 of the boxes today. So it's a little bit more of a challenge, which I'm sure you will accept, because you can do it. So let's recap what we did yesterday so we understand where to go next. So yesterday we drew the middle of our story. Here is Fred. He lives in a spooky cave. It's quite dark, it's deep. He's still smiling though. Good. And we wrote as a class the beginning of our story. Let's read it together. So, once upon a time, there was a little dinosaur called Fred who lived in a spooky cave. So that matches my plan here. So for today's lesson, you are actually doing the yellowy box and the orange box. So you are doing the box that says early one morning and the box that says suddenly. Let's do those actions. Early one morning. Try that one more time. Do your hand like this or like this, up to you. And point it here. Early one morning, like it's a sunrise. One more time. Early one morning. Kapai. And let's practice suddenly. Are you ready? Suddenly. One more time. Suddenly. Kapai. So, for the next part of my story map, I'm going to visualize what my friend Fred would be doing early one morning in his spooky, dark cave. I'm going to say he was walking around looking for some breakfast, but it's really dark, so that's a challenge for Fred. Let me think. So I'm going to draw a picture of Fred. He's hungry because it's breakfast time in the morning. And he's walking around his cave searching for breakfast. I'm going to do that now and show you my idea in a moment. So here is my very quick picture. These pictures don't have to be super detailed. So I'm going to think of my sentence. Early one morning, Fred was feeling very hungry. So he decided to walk around the cave to look for some breakfast. Early one morning, Fred was feeling hungry, so he decided to look around the cave to find some breakfast. Early one morning, Fred was feeling hungry, so he decided to look around the cave to find some breakfast. I have practiced my sentence 3 times. Now I'm going to write it. So children, I have written it here. I have not used my sounds for my special sentence opener, early one morning, because I have copied it from my plan. Just there, early one morning. Let's read the sentence. Early one morning, Fred was feeling hungry, so he decided to look around for some breakfast. Now I forgot to underline my estimation for breakfast. And I have given you the spelling here for decided, because that's quite a tricky word. You can use your sounds to write that if you wish. So let's read it one more time. Early one morning, Fred was feeling hungry, so he decided to look around for some breakfast. I wonder if you can see what I did with my red pen here, children. I made a mistake, and I'm not afraid to make mistakes. So I crossed out the mistake that I made, because I thought if I put Fred was feeling so hungry, so he decided to, I thought that sounded strange, so I crossed out the words that I didn't want because it sounded strange. I'm not going to rub it out, just cross it out. because I'm proud of my mistakes. That shows me that I'm learning. And if you do the same, it'll show me that you're learning. Let's do the next part together. So, we have drawn the early one morning part of our story map, the second box. Now we're going to do the third box. Suddenly, something happened to Fred. I have said this. Suddenly, Fred fell over. He couldn't see where he was going and really hurt his leg. Oh no! And I've even put the words ow there. Can you see his face is sad now? Oh no. So I have taken that and I have put it into writing here. Suddenly, Fred fell over. Full stop. He couldn't see where he was going and really hurt his leg. Full stop. Oh no! What's that? Do you see? An exclamation mark. What I have done, children, is gone through and counted the capital letters. I have got 4. Suddenly, Fred, he, because it's the start of a new sentence, and oh no, because it's after a full stop as well. Start of a new sentence here. It's a short sentence. I have used finger spaces and I have used an exclamation mark. So I've put 1 there and a comma here. I've actually used 2 commas as well. One for early one morning here. Can you see the comma there? Keep. And I have read my writing, so now I can tick that box because I read it with you. Okay, so if you are doing the 5-part challenge, you have got to do 2 boxes today. I hope you enjoy creating the early one morning part. What was he doing when he got up that morning? Or she? What was that character doing? And then the suddenly, what happened? Anything could happen to your character. Perhaps your character went into space and all they had was carrots. That's it. That's all they took into space with them. How are they going to survive on carrots? They've got to come up with some creative things to do with carrots. Or perhaps your character is trapped on a cloud and can't come down. How could the character come down? Maybe the character has long hair and could braid their hair. Maybe the character could make friends with an eagle and then the eagle can fly them off. Oh, so many creative ideas. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. I hope you enjoy this learning.